Hi my friends, welcome back. This is A Course in Miracles lesson 17. Today I'm going to read the lesson for us and then making some comments, and then we're going to do the first practice together. So let's do it. A Course in Miracles lesson 17. I see no neutral things. This idea is another step in the direction of identifying cause and effect as really operates in the world. You see no neutral things because you have no neutral thoughts. It is always the thought that comes first, despite the temptation to believe. It is always the thought that comes first, despite the temptation to believe that it is the other way around. This is not the way the world thinks, but you must learn that it is the way you think. If it were not so, perception would have no cause and would itself be the cause of reality. In view of its highly variable nature, this is hardly likely. So here in this first paragraph is highlighting you see no neutral things because you have no neutral thoughts. Our thoughts, they are loaded with beliefs and meanings and histories and fears and things that already happened to us or associations you have already made for any reason. So it's clearly saying I see no neutral things because I have no neutral thoughts. And another thing that's highlighting is related to the lesson of yesterday. It is always the thought that comes first. So it's always the thought that creates what we are seeing, not the other way around. So let's continue. In applying today's idea, say to yourself with eyes open, I see no neutral things because I have no neutral thoughts. Then look about you, around you, resting your glance on each thing you note, long enough to say, I do not see a neutral, fill the blank, because my thoughts about, fill the blank, are not neutral. For example, you might say, I do not see a neutral wall because my thoughts about walls are not neutral. Or I do not see a neutral body because my thoughts about bodies are not neutral. So why our thoughts about walls are not neutral? Because they are loaded with meanings and beliefs and past associations. So you might think about a wall and remember a certain wall or a color that you like on a wall, or how you like the wall to be, or if you think it's clean or dirty, or so they are not neutral. They always came with all these labels, meanings, associations. What do you think it's beautiful? What do you think it's ugly? What do you think it's straight or round, or I don't know. We have all these loaded meanings and beliefs and thoughts and associations that come when we see the wall automatically. They are the perception. The thoughts are the perception we are seeing, or they are creating the perception we are seeing. And like the other example, I do not see a neutral body. So we have all these associations with bodies, about weight, about size, about color, about what we like, what we don't like. We pick a side. We see all these little judgments and beliefs and meanings, and we project that into the person. And every single person see the same object differently because they have their own beliefs, their own perceptions, their own past histories and associations. So a person may find someone else I don't know, overweighted, and another person with a different opinion find that same person normal. So we are always giving the rays of perception based in our thoughts. That's not reality. It's based on us, on our thoughts, on our beliefs. And that's why it's not neutral. It's not universal. It's not a universal truth. It's based specifically on you. So let's continue. As usual, it is essential to make no distinctions between what you believe to be animate or inanimate, pleasant or unpleasant. Regardless of what you may believe, you do not see anything that's really alive or really joyous. This is because you are unaware as yet of any thought that's really true and therefore really happy. And you may think, oh, but I have happy moments, or I have a happy life, or sometimes I think I'm seeing the truth. The thing is that the happy version of the ego is very limited. It's temporary. It's not forever. It's not the truth. It's very just like sprinkle. So it's not that really alive, joyous happiness of the truth. Let's continue. 3 or 4 specific practice periods are recommended, and no less than 3 are required for maximum benefit, even if you experience resistance. However, if you do, the length of the practice period may be reduced to less than the minute or so that is otherwise recommended. So what we are doing with this lesson is starting to inquire, question our thoughts. Really think about it. Bring into the light. I'm not saying a neutral thing, because there is no neutral thoughts. So remember, as the lesson of yesterday, there is no neutral thoughts. I have no neutral thoughts. They are only truth or illusion, love or fear. As we don't have neutral thoughts, getting the lesson from yesterday, we do not see neutral things, because what we are seeing is a projection of our thoughts. So if we do not have neutral thoughts, we are not seeing neutral things either. So it's like a continuation. And as we are starting to question, as we are seeing, okay, I don't have neutral thoughts, so I'm not seeing neutral things, we start questioning and inquire our thoughts, like really questioning, like getting ourselves when that little judgment came, when that little belief come, and inquire, question, like, is that what I choose to believe? Is that what I choose to continue feeding on my life? All these past associations that may not serve you in any kind of way, or you don't want them anymore in your life, you start questioning. And as you start questioning, as you start inquiring, becoming aware that they are not neutral thoughts, so you're not seeing neutral things, you can start to choosing your perception. And that's the miracle, because perception can change. You can change your perception. Your belief or the way that you create your thoughts, they are not set in stone. You can change. Even though you may have, like, I don't know, think that way for 30 years. It's very, you are very used to think in this way. You can start questioning, start inquiring, and then you can see and you can change. So that's like the route I'm seeing we are taking with this lesson. We are seeing that we don't have neutral thoughts, so we do not see neutral things. So then we can change our perception. So that's it. And let's do the practice. So I invite you to close your eyes for a second, to take a deep breath, to really be present. And then open your eyes and say slowly to yourself, I see no neutral things because I have no neutral thoughts. Then start looking around you, resting your glance on each thing, and slowly say, so rest your glance on something and note this object and say, I do not see a neutral. Fill the blank. Because my thoughts about, fill the blank, are not neutral. Take a deep breath, and then let's do it again. Look around you, about you. And whatever your glance rests on, you say, I do not see a neutral. Because my thoughts about are not neutral. And that's one practice. And we can do today at least 2 more practice for 1 minute. And that's it. That's it for today, guys. Okay, I think we're doing a really good progress here. Really good progress here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for practicing with me, for coming to these practice lessons, and as we go day by day, we are doing a lot of progress. So thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing day today and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.